Hello everybody, that day is upon us. The Spectrum is out today. This is day 22 of the countdown to the Spectrum, and we have Spellbound from Mastertronic, released in 1985 for only £2.99, created of course by David Jones, part of the Magic Knight series of games. Themes, medieval legends and teleportation, apparently, according to this. I can hardly keep the smile off my face today as this is day 22. I can't believe we've made it, and it's just, this month's gone so fast, it's unbelievable really, but there you go. So I've got to focus on the game. We'll talk about that sort of thing at the end of the video. This game was also released on the Amstrad CPC, Atari 8-bit and Commodore 64. I did not know it came out on the Atari actually. That's news to me on that one. The review awards, it got CMVG Blitz game. Don't know what that means actually, to be honest. A Crash Smash, which we will look at as always. Sinclair User Classic and a Your Sinclair Mega Game. I'm sure you guys have all played a game at least from the Magic Knight series. My favourite one was Nighttime, but Spellbound was really good too. This was the second game in the Magic Knight series. Finders Keepers was the first game. Then you had Spellbound, Nighttime and Stormbringer. Nighttime for me was my favourite one, but they were all good games, to be honest with you. It was a very good series, and all of them created by David Jones. And as far as I remember, all of them released for like a budget price of $1.99 or $2.99 from Mastertronic. So I mean, that is, what more could you want really? They were awesome games and really good value. I guess it would be fair to describe these games as graphic adventure games. The first one was different, as far as I remember. Finders Keepers was more of a platform game, but Spellbound, Nighttime and Stormbringer were more almost adventure style games, that sort of thing. Slightly different to your traditional adventure, nothing like The Hobbit or anything like that, you know. They weren't like text adventures, but just very fun games. And of course we call them the Magic Knight series. Magic Knight was the character from the game, or actually from all the games, to be honest with you, hence why the series was named after him, I would imagine. And this was another one of those games I played with my brother, and we kind of just teamed up, you know, we used our joint brain power which was probably needed in them days because, you know, we were only kids, so we probably weren't the smartest tools in the shed. But yeah, we worked together and played these games a lot, and they were good fun. I think I might have actually played Nighttime as the first game in this series that I ever played. We kind of worked backwards to Spellbound. I don't even remember when I played Finders Keepers, but it definitely wasn't the first I played as. I'm pretty sure Nighttime was the first one I played, which is why I have better memories of that, and I like it the most, I think, because it was my first introduction into the Magic Knight series. And then I discovered the other ones along the way. So let's have a look at the Crash review. And I've got to say, before we talk about Spellbound, look at this thing on the right here. You could get a Crash tracksuit, £16.95, normally £19.95. And apparently it's a marvellous tracksuit according to the advert. It's got Monty on the Run on the back of it, if you look at that. Monty on the Run and Gremlin graphics. To be honest, it's sort of thing I would wear now. I wouldn't wear it all in one. I don't wear all in one tracksuits, but I wouldn't mind wearing the hoodie. The hoodie looks pretty good actually. I'd be up for that. I'm pretty sure it's not for sale anymore though, to be perfectly honest with you. You can even order it overseas. UK prices only, Europe and overseas, please add £2 per item ordered. Crazy. Anyway, distracted. I didn't mean to get distracted there. I just saw it when I was opening up the review and I was like, I've got to talk about that. That's great. So let's read the review. This is from the Crash Christmas Special 1985. As a continuation of his adventures in Finders Keepers, Magic Knight now reappears in a new Mastertronic release, Spellbound. Part of the new Mad Games range, Spellbound is a true graphic adventure. Magic Knight's mentor and teacher, Gimbal the Wizard, has accidentally managed to bind you and 7 other characters within a summon spell. The spell was intended to be an aid to Gimbal's quest for better tasting rice pudding. Okay. Due to a slight typographical error that arose when the incantations were translated from ancient English to slightly less ancient English, things went a little bit wrong. Now our hero is trapped within a strange and unfamiliar land with a bunch of people from different slices of history. Being the brave good guy among the collection of oddities, it's down to Magic Knight to return the various peoples to their respective time-space zones. First on your list of major things to do is to release Gimbal from a self-inflicted whiteout spell, but as in any good adventure, there's a number of smaller tasks to perform first. Though Spellbound looks very similar to any run-of-the-mill left, right and jump game, pressing fire soon shatters that illusion. On the subdirectory, using this system, based around a windowing system by the name of Window Vision, fire opens up the primary menu, replete with a list of options available to Magic Knight. A pointer controlled by the up and down keys highlights various options as you move it about, and fire takes you to the sub-menu for that option. For each option on the menu, there's a corresponding button on the keyboard, thus avoiding hassle for people who are a bit cack-handed when it comes to using the pointer. When When you change to a sub window, it opens up over the main one and a pointer appears on the subdirectory. Using this system, the amount of options available to you easily equals those within many text adventures. As you progress through the game, the options and actions open to you change, allowing Magic Knight to take advantage of any new objects or powers he may have acquired. Extra options are highlighted in white. Apart from using the menu system, you can move Magic Knight around the screens with left, right and jump. Obviously, Magic Knight has developed some pretty impressive leg muscles since his last game. Jump causes him to take a real mega leap skywards. Any object or character you will come across may be examined via the main menu. While a character is being examined, a small screen with a graphic of the character under scrutiny appears. Such details as strength, happiness, stamina, spell power and food level are detailed. You can even examine yourself. Very handy, since being a brave knight expends strength quite a bit, and if it reaches 0, the game's over. When it comes to examining an object, a graphic of the object under scrutiny is displayed together with details of 4 different attributes possessed by objects: weight, magic power, read and drop status. The read and drop information tell you whether you can drop the object you've acquired or use the read function on it to glean information. The weight reading can be critical as well. The more the knight carries, the quicker his strength is sapped. If Magic Knight is too weak, then he won't be able to pick up heavy objects. There's a large strategic element to the game. The other captives of the summon spell wander about in a bit of a daze and will need looking after. You need to command characters to do things for their own good, and you have to get hold of the wand of command before the option which allows you to tell people what to do appears on your menu. Since the characters don't have the sense to fend for themselves, it's up to you to tell them to go away, eat, drink and be happy. If your fellow captives aren't kept in good health, they may well die. The characters also have to be kept happy, or it's likely they will get in a bit of a sulk and be loath to obey any commands that may be issued to them. Other people may well be in possession of objects you need, but understandably they like to keep hold of anything they've got. Command a character to go to sleep, and anything they have can be easily pilfered. When a character is asleep, it's also possible to give them something they wouldn't normally accept. The domain in which the spell of summoning has trapped the caster characters is split to 7 floors, each spanning around 7 or 8 screens. Travel between floors, the knight has to use a lift found at the extreme left hand of each floor. Some objects can be found which actually can't be used. They do offer clues, however, and the clue they contain can usually be liberated with the read function. A few totally useless though amusing objects litter the place as well. Upon starting, Magic Knight's only possession is an advert. Read this and you're informed that David Jones created Spellbound and suggests going out and buying Finders Keepers. Another addition to the knight's worries is that there's only 48 hours to complete his task. Oh dear. Better get going. Right, we'll save the criticisms and we'll just read the comments. Keyboard plays very responsive, use of colour, a bit of attribute clash but hardly noticeable, very good. Graphics big, bold and detailed. Sound not a lot, but what it does is good. Skill levels 1, screens 50. General rating, an outstanding game, especially for the money. Use of computer 96%, graphics 89%, playability 91%, getting started 92%, addictive qualities 89%, value for money 98%, as you'd expect. Overall 95%. So you can see some very good scores for this game, and we'll read the criticisms now. I'm always a bit cynical of software houses' claims to produce true graphical adventures, but it seems Mastertronic have actually come up with the goods. Finders Keepers was excellent, but Spellbound is superlative. Window vision is about the best selection method for using and interacting with objects and characters I've seen yet. It blows away both Frankie and Shadowfire, making them both seem awkward and outdated. Graphically, the game is well above average. The movement of Magic Knight as he athletically leaps about is great. Convincing gravity too. Overall, it's about the best game of its type on the Spectrum to date. Even if it were priced around the £10 mark, I'd still recommend it as a bargain, but for $2.99 you'd be mad not to buy it. Finders Keepers was Mastertronic's best game until now. David Jones has improved on the features in Finders Keepers and has come up with a first-rate game. Graphics are generally good, but not some of the best around. What makes this game is the presentation. It's very easy to play without actually reading the instructions, and subsequently it doesn't take too long before you're addicted. The menus that appear make the game easy to understand, and they cut out the need for mega quick reactions, which other arcade adventures depend on. If you've got £2.99 to spare, then get this, you will not regret it. My Blue Knight materialised, what now, I cried, but then as I started bouncing all over the millions of screens, I was really getting into the feel of it. When I pulled away from it, I could easily say I was well and truly hooked. Fab sound and mega brill windowing with the odd bit of great graphics gave me the feeling this was going to be a smash, and when they told me that it was only £2.99, I really freaked out. Next time you find yourself with £3, this is something you must get. So there we go, that's the end of the review, and there's not much more to say about this game. It's a classic. I'm pretty sure probably you've played at least one of the Magic Knight games out there. They were quite popular in their day. There may be someone who's never played them. Let me know if you're one of those people. Also, let me know if you completed these games. I don't believe, as much as I loved Nighttime and Spellbound, that I ever finished any of them. So that will be something I'll need to put right when I play these games on the Spectrum. But, well, I suppose I don't need to necessarily, but I want to. I think they'll be good. Might be something I'll be using a guide for, though, because these games could get a little bit complicated. Obviously, we didn't have that luxury back in the day, so if you did finish it back then, my hat's off to you, as always. But let me know in the comments. And I'll just say that, you know, we've made it. We've made it to day 22, and by now, if you're watching this video, you might already have your Spectrum in your possession. So, exciting times. I'm hoping that I'll have mine. I'm going to release this video early, or slightly earlier than I've released in the other ones, like I've said, for my reasons. Just like, you know, if you're traveling to pick your Spectrum up like I am, maybe this will be a good accompaniment. Also, if you're waiting for the postman to turn up with your Spectrum, then this might be good to watch before the postman comes and you can finally see the last game in the list. This won't be the last video I make on the Spectrum, of course. I'll be making lots more, and the first one I'm hoping to get up later on today, and I'll say that even though I'm recording this on the 16th of November, you know what I'm saying, later on the day, on the 22nd, I'm hoping to get my instructional video up to help you guys if you need the help on installing games. Obviously, I need to get the Spectrum in my hand before I can record this, so I can show you it on the Spectrum, but hopefully I'll be able to go and pick mine up early enough and get back in time to record the video. That's the plan anyway. If it doesn't go up on that day, I do apologise, but it will certainly go up the next day if not. But hopefully it will be up later on today. As always, best laid plans, you know. That's, as long as nothing goes wrong, that's what I'm planning. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this countdown. I really appreciate all the comments, all the nice things that people have said. It's been great. I've loved every second of it. I'll be bringing out some more games to add, top 5s and top 10s and stuff like that over the coming weeks. So do keep your suggestions coming in for games to add that mean something to you. I look at every single comment. I try to comment on every single comment. Sometimes I don't get to the replies because YouTube has a habit of letting you know the comments, but it doesn't let you know if somebody's replied to your reply. So if I don't reply to your replies, I do apologise, but you know, I always try to reply to everybody's initial comments at least. And yeah, keep your suggestions coming in because I'm sure we'll do another top 10 from the comments at some point, so it'll be good. It's always good, those ones, because I can't remember every single game out there, so it's always handy to have you guys keeping me in the loop as well, and there's always a few classics guaranteed that I forget, so you know, I'm only human after all. Thanks everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care, and I will see you on the next video I put out. Thanks very much. Bye for now.